Recently, I have done a few posts about like how to spot a narcissist at a bar. As a bartender, some of the ways that I know of to spot them, and it's triggered a lot of people. And a lot of people on YouTube, this is mostly for my YouTube subscribers, have no idea what I've gone through. They don't think that I know anything about this and that I'm just labeling everybody a narcissist. And that is not the case. The truth is, narcissists, you can't ever tell really, truly from one interaction. It's a pattern over a long period of time. There's like 9 different things on the list of like how to like diagnose a narcissist, and you only have to have 5 consistently as a pattern of those things on that list to be diagnosed by like a professional. I am not a professional. I am not out here trying to diagnose anybody. I want people to know the signs because I wish I knew them before I was married to my second husband. I got love bombed to the point where I was getting like princess treatment. I thought I was being spoiled and I had never been spoiled before. So that felt great. Then he had me move in with him, he told me he wanted me to quit my job so that he could control all the money. He put me on his phone plan. He lied about his age. Like, I didn't even really know how old he was until 6 months after we got married and we were buying cars. And I was like, no, that's not the year you were born in. And he was like, yes, it is. And then gaslit me like I was the one that should have known. I was like, no, you told. If I had known just any of the signs, because they're so good at manipulation and control that you don't even realize that it's happening. The first time that he ever hit me was a month after we got married. We were in the car, backhanded the crap out of me. Okay. And then I knew at that point that he would not change. I was just holding on to this hope. And he had made me financially reliant on him. I moved away from all of my friends and my family. He isolated me. Anytime my family would try to come around, he threw like this huge tantrum, like in private with just me. But when he was out in public, he was a charmer. My dad saw right through it. And I didn't want to listen to him because I was like, no, Dad, you just don't want me to be happy. He loved to pick me up by my throat, slam me down on the floor, and choke me until I was almost done, and then let me go. And I'd be like, and then he broke my ribs one time. I was so messed up after I left him. The day that I tried to leave, I almost died. Yep, he was choking me out. My manager at the place that I worked at the time and his wife and the owner and his like fix-it guy came and parked one street over, and I had them on speakerphone as I was leaving, and they heard everything and they busted through the door and then called the police. He got assault by strangulation charge. Like, it was very serious. I was going to die that day, but I got saved. I'm just trying to warn other people, because if I can tell my story and help just like one person, to me, that's worth it.
Okay, so let's recap. Wade and I went to a swingers event at this hotel. We met and hooked up with this couple named Ryan and Lacey. Turns out Ryan has an identical brother named Brian, who Lacey is actually married to. So we had a good time. I texted Lacey weeks later, wanted to hook up again. She said yes. She invited Wade and I to Brian, her actual husband's house with her. I found out that Lacey was actually married to Brian, and that Brian was pretending to be Ryan from the party that I've already hooked up with, because he didn't know this trick that I had taught him the last time we hooked up.
So what did you do when you found out that it was the identical twin?
I stopped and went and turned the lights on, and I called him out.
I bet they denied it, didn't they?
Actually, no, they just laughed and said that it was no big deal, that they do it all the time. Wait, Jess, are you drunk already?
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't drink much, and this is like my 4th one. Of course I'm drunk. So what'd you do? Did you keep going or what?
No, I was appalled, because if it was no big deal, why not just be upfront and tell us?
Please tell me that you actually said that.
Oh, I did, because I was mad. Turns out Ryan's wife is wanting to be monogamous. So this was his way of getting the best of both worlds.
The wife deserves to know. Her husband's just out. Did you tell the wife?
No. Not my circus, not my monkeys. But Wade did have a few choice words for them before we left, and we haven't spoken to him since.
Here's a question, Pearl. Do you ever worry about getting pregnant?
Well, I did one time. I was switching birth controls, and because they quit making the one that I was on, I thought I'd be fine. But yeah, I did. I got pregnant.
Did you know whose it was?
Well, we knew it wasn't Wade's because of the vasectomy, but we'd only been with one other couple during the time that I would have gotten pregnant. So yeah, we knew who it was.
Well, we obviously know that you don't have kids and you don't want kids and you're hopefully not pregnant because we've been drinking. So what did you do? What happened?
Well, I told Wade first, obviously, and he said he supported whatever decision that I wanted to make. But when I told the father, he confessed his love for me and wanted to leave his wife for me. He started to build this whole life for us together in his head. I could not keep that baby. I had to get rid of it.
You had an abortion?
Wait, how? Isn't that illegal in Texas?
Yes. Wade drove me to New Mexico where you can do it and it is legal. It was only like a 3.5 hour drive there. So we did it in one day.
I could never. You'll be thinking about that for the rest of your life. Don't you regret doing it?
No, I like my life. I'm way too selfish to have kids. Can you imagine me raising a baby right now? No thanks. Michelle, have you ever had one? Because, Jess, we obviously know where you stand on it. No judgment.
No, I've never had one, but there was a time in my life that if I had gotten pregnant, I would have done that. But when I got saved, when I was 21 years old, I decided from that point on that I would never get one. But I still think that we should all have a choice. I believe that God gave us free will for a reason. And so we should be able to make that choice for ourselves without the government having any say in that decision. So long story short, I'm pro-choice, but I wouldn't choose to ever do that at this point in my life.
There are other options. You could have given it up for adoption.
People love to throw out abortion as one of the solutions, but have you seen the system? It's overflowing. If the world was ready to love every baby, we wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of kids going from broken home to broken home.
Well, I know the system is not perfect, but I believe even a broken life is worth something. Like, I don't think it's wrong for you to feel the way that you do, but I just think life deserves a chance, even if the world isn't ready for it.
You know what? Something I think that's beautiful about the world is that we don't all agree and we don't all believe the same things. But what I think is beautiful about our friendship right now is that we can all sit together and respectfully have different views and talk about it. So, cheers to surviving what tried to break us and letting other people believe whatever they want.
I like that, Michelle. Cheers to that. Cheers, Jess.
Cheers. You know, I love you guys, but I'm about done. I gotta go to night night.
And we love you too.
I just believe life deserves a.
Why did I sound like Pearl?
Laugh, but life. I believe that even a broken love,